Tryhard, I believe.
Yep, try hard, team high five. Is that being recorded off stream as well?
Yes.
Okay, so uh, good luck to those two teams. We will see the whoever comes out of that match in the finals, of course, which will be casted here. Every match off stream will be also shown on the CE Sports YouTube, so be sure to check that out. But we are getting into the game here, so take it away, Brick, with ship number one.
All right, ship number one. I will be able to see when my game is loaded in. There we go. The Crown Tyrant, a Hades mortar front, a rocket flare side. My cat just now has a Watcher front, Gatling carronade sides, Lusty Argonian Maid. On its left side, it has double Artemis, front Artemis, and on the other side, it has Hades Rocket Carousel. Now, finally, of course, the iconic Gents Pagoda with the Lumberjack, Heavy Flak, Mercury left side, and Watcher Carronade.
Yep, so they are definitely set up for that longer range, and we'll see how that works out on this map. This map lends itself very, very close to, very, very well to close up range. Okay, let me start over. This map lends itself to very up close and personal fighting, but we have seen some longer range snipping going on. There are a few spots on this map where you can definitely get into an area where you can basically see all sides around and can't really get ambushed that easily. So we'll see if that works out for the gents here. They are pretty much sitting up in one of those areas, but you do have to be careful on this map because clouds do come in and out, and ships that can get up and close and personal definitely want to take advantage of those moving clouds.
Yes, it does seem so, as the... Oh, my cat just now took a bit of a bounce. I think he was heading into those clouds.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Like, even, Craft is 30 is one of the, best and most seasoned pilots in the game, but it really doesn't matter how old and how well you've flown in the past. On this map, you will bump into stuff, and
Yep.
it makes you feel terrible as a pilot. And I think he's about to do. Yep, there once again.
You'll bump
bumping
into stuff,
side
and you'll smack yourself on the head and groan, but it's not your fault. It's just Paritan Rumble. It comes with the territory.
I mean, yeah, and whenever I
The
fly
Crown
here and I
Tyrant
snap
taking a
into
bump
stuff,
here. The gents, well, I mean, if the gents were a kind of a high impact Wolfpack style team, they'd be able to take advantage of the Crown Tyrant and the cat just now bumping into stuff. However, since they're a sniper team, they can't really do that. All they can do is snipe from afar. It doesn't matter how much my cat now and Crown Tyrant bump into stuff because they're still behind cover.
I almost think they were practicing their tactical turns using the momentum from bumping into the terrain to turn that Pyramidion more quickly, since they weren't under any sort of fire.
Now these two, this is very interesting. So both Thrall ships are going the exact opposite way. It looks like they're going to try to do some sort of flanking maneuver here. And I mean, it can work if you have it well executed, but it's so hard to execute that correctly. Now the Crown Tyrant has never been spotted this entire match, so the gents have to be careful about that.
I think it was spotted once. I don't know.
Perhaps. Well,
anyway,
definitely spotted now, and here comes some Hades shots going down onto Lusty Argonian Maid, who is returning its own Hades fire.
I don't feel this is going to go well for the Crown Tyrant. Yeah, my cat now cannot support, and Crown Tyrant is basically on his own. Crown Tyrant taking the bounce there off a building.
Yeah, I've taken it full in the face now. It was doing okay to start off with, but the Lusty Argonian Maid does have a lot of its components in her fire, and here we go. Cat just, my cat just now coming on in.
And another one.
Destroying,
stack of Watcher shots. Taking out all the guns.
That did very, very well there, but now the Lusty Argonian Maid is going to turn its side into the cat, and that goldfish has got to be real careful. Crown Tyrant charging on in here, but they do have to be careful because that Hades does have an arming time, so if you're in too close, it's not going to do a whole lot. And they are
Oh,
pulling
Jens
up.
Pagoda's taken a bounce. Hull's on fire. Oh, too many of
Watch
those
barrage.
Thatcher shots went into the balloon. Oh, but the other ones
But that
found their
one,
mark.
yeah, there we go. That one goes through the side, but enough has hit on the Lusty Argonian Maid that it's not, it did take out a lot of components. Cat getting on in here into Jens Pagoda, lighting it on fire with flares, and another huge Watcher barrage. Oh my god, that takes
completely
out.
disabled.
But so is the Crown Tyrant. The Crown Tyrant has 0 components currently up. Those Artemises are just absolutely doing fantastic there, and I'm not sure if the cat can really fully.
Oh, now
Watcher barrage
Thatcher
coming
getting
back
returned
in.
on the cat.
Cat shrugs most of that off. A couple of its engines went down, but that's not
Oh, but
really
Crown
the
Tyrant
most
taking
important.
devastating amounts of damage as it heads towards. He takes a bump and he is dead.
Does get taken down there. Watcher barrages from the cat, still taking out guns from the Jens Pagoda, but with those Artemises and Hades that are going to be coming out from the Lusty Argonian Maid, cat is gonna be struggling right here. Goes under the Jens Pagoda. Is going to try to just get on out of here, but I'm not sure how well he's going to be able to do it with that triple Artemis. It's going to get fired out from the Lusty Argonian Maid. Of course, the Maid is still right on him. Can he get away before those engines go out? It looks like he actually will be able to skirt around the side, still taking some Hades fire. Is he going to be able to move it out of there? Looks like he is. Oh, is this? Oh, the art. Oh, okay. So the double Artemis side was on the other side, so it was only one Artemis being fired off there. I was wondering why it was taking so long to knock out components, but it was only the Hades side being fired from the Lusty Argonian Maid, which allows the cat to get on out of here pretty much completely unscathed.
Yes, it does. Now the gents popping up above the building as the cat fires Squatcher on the Lusty Argonian Maid. Oh, shots not really connecting very well. Lusty Argonian Maid, all components are still up.
And the
Oh,
Watcher
now they're
did get
focus
taken
firing.
out. And let's see, the Crown Tyrant going after the Argonian Maid, who's turning his other side over. Ooh, nice Watch Barrage onto the Jens Pagoda, but doesn't really do that much damage in this case. Oh, Lusty Argonian Maid
Lusty
taking a
Argonian
lot
Maid.
of damage here, and will go down, and it is a 1-1 tie. Jens Pagoda shooting Watches off, not really hitting much. And in return, they do take a Watch Barrage of their own, takes out, looks like a Carronade. And the Pagoda's got to be real careful here. Let's see, Argonian Maid gets not the worst spawn once more, but they are still quite far away and have a lot of ground to make up to be able to get back into this fight.
Jens Pagoda making a run for it, but making a run for it in a galleon can be tricky.
Very much so, especially on a map like this where you have to do a lot of twists and turns, and now
and especially
all
when you've
of
got a
their
Thatcher
engines are
fish in your
down.
tail, taking out all your engines, yes.
Yeah, nice little bump there. But the Argonian Maid is closing on in using that Artemis side. Not really hitting anything right now.
Well, the
Getting
Glowwater's going to
connected
have
with
to...
some
Oh,
shots.
the Crown Tyrant takes a bounce.
So did the
As
cat, and
I was going to
that's
say that
gonna
the
stop both of
Glowwaters
them.
have to take out the Pagoda quickly if they're going to do it before the Lusty Argonian Maid gets back in. It looks to me like the Lusty Argonian Maid is almost back in. The Jens Pagoda's taking a lot of damage. The Crown Tyrant coming in to try and finish the Pagoda off.
Oh, armor
Hull's
is down.
armor's
Are you going to be able to
down.
connect with any of those
The
mortars,
balloon's
or is
down.
it too far out? Nope, gets
Oh,
that
he just
armor
needs
back
a
up.
few mortar shots, but no, the armor is back up. The Lusty Argonian Maid's coming in, but the Lusty Argonian Maid's not going to be able to do too much with those
the
Artemis.
Pagoda is dropping to a terrible area here. Oh
Oh!
my god, that's going to be...
He has cover, but he's taken a bump. His permahull's barely there.
Yeah, and he's going
Now-
to continue bouncing around down here. That's going to be very hard to
But
get
his
out
his
from.
balloon's fixed. He's actually in some good cover there. He saved his own life with that move.
Well, yeah, it looks like he does come out of here just fine. I was afraid that being down in that little crevice meant he was going to continue just bouncing around from side to side. But in
The only
meantime,
problem is that
the Thralls
in,
have turned his focus on the Lusty
yeah.
Argonian Maid.
The only problem is now the Lusty Argonian... Oh, beautiful ram. The Lusty Argonian Maid's being made to find a 2-on-1 confrontation here while the Pagoda recovers, and the Pagoda's going to take a little bit of time to get back into a
Lusty
good
Argonian Maid
position.
bounces off the side here, and Cat slams him into that pillar, taking him out for a 2-to-1 Thrall lead, and the Pagoda is in here with, I mean, basically 0 health. As soon as that armor goes down, the Gents Pagoda is going to get absolutely destroyed, and Argonian Maid doesn't get a decent spawn this time. He is basically all the way across the map, so there is time for the Thralls to take this down.
There is indeed, and looks to me...
Oh, and more Watcher Barrages coming on and
yeah,
taking out
the
pretty much
Pagodas can't
everything.
escape this time. Surely. It was a miracle they managed to escape that last time.
Yeah, although that miracle directly led to his teammate's death, they are doing a fairly good job here keeping that armor up, but just too much combined fire coming in between these two ships. That is a 3-to-1 lead for the Thralls, and I mean, that's just been one action-packed adventure after another. After, you know, it was a little bit of a slow start, but some good maneuvering by the Thralls, and they've kind of systematically just split the Gents apart and taken them down one by one.
The Gents definitely need to group up here because, I mean, they've been kind of isolated and picked apart in this match. And they'll have time to do that.
Yeah, they got a decently good spawn for that. So they are able to get together kind of at the bottom of the map here.
I mean, it is awkward for the Gents' sniping style to work on Paritan. Not impossible, mind you, but it's a lot more awkward than on any other map because all the clouds, all the buildings, all the cover. There's so many different ways that a team can get close to a sniping team.
Absolutely, and now Cat is coming on in here. And most of those long-range shots are missing. A couple connect. I think a lumberjack shot, couple lumberjack shots connecting there. So that's very good. I know. No, Cat is taking a huge beating here suddenly.
But Cat manages to take cover from the Pagoda behind this building. Manages to zone him out as the Crown Tyrant goes in on the Lusty Argonian Maid. But now the Crown Tyrant's taking all the damage.
Oh, still getting some nice shots on the Argonian Maid. Argonian Maid does have to be very careful here. Crown Tyrant has gotten his balloon knocked out fully, but I think he's within the arming range of the Lumberjack because he's not really doing much anymore.
My Cat needs to get in there with those flashes quickly or the Crown Tyrant's going to get torn apart.
Crown Tyrant taking huge gobs of damage there from that heavy flak and just a rapid amount of fire.
Oh, my Cat just now looks like he's stuck near on a building. Oh, those flasher shots all going off the target as they get bounced around.
Yeah, I think he basically realized what was happening in the Crown Tyrant there and just decided to get on out. And fairly good job of doing so.
Now the Goldfish. This is another advantage that the Glowwaters have in this map. Now the sniper team here, the Junker and the Galleon, they can't chase after a Goldfish. They can't. They're not even trying, as you can see. Not only that, but there's so much rain and clouds to hide behind. It's very easy for a fast ship like a Goldfish to escape and come back to his ally. So, I mean, in these engagements, the Gents are not getting 2 ships for their money, despite winning them. They're only getting 1 ship each time. However, the Glowwaters are just comboing, shall we say, stringing 1 kill into another and another.
Slamming into the bridge here, losing all of his momentum. With Pyramidions, momentum is basically all you've got. So that's going to slow down their approach a little bit. Now, let's see. The Gents are... Looks like they're going to try to flare up some clouds. And no, that is a muddy flare right there. I mean, they know exactly where the Thralls are. It's directly to where the Thralls were going to be approaching. It looks like, are they still going to be going on in? Yeah, even though they were spotted, they're not going to fall back and try to get anywhere. Those Hades shots now just starting to connect. And the good news is that the Gents Pagoda isn't really in any position to hit with shots here, so it's mainly the Argonian Maid, as the Pagoda is just all the shots are going straight into the side of this building. and that's going to give enough time for Watcher shots and for some of those Hades, if they were to actually start hitting, as we can see them basically
a lot
going
of those
in.
Hades going through the gap between the balloon and the hull, and now they're starting to hit their mark.
Oh,
Don't
no,
seem to
Cat,
matter.
Cat
Those Cat
smacked
taking
into the
devastating amounts of
building.
damage.
Oh, is he going to be able to escape from this? Gets his armor back up and and balloon back up as well, but is now straight in the line of fire of the Jet's Pagoda and does have to be extremely careful here. Armor down, any of those shots connecting would take it down. Cat, going down. Okay, he's going to be able to get out.
Pass.
Is going to be able to get through there. Takes a little bit of a bounce, but nothing too bad. Crown Tyrant has got to go around here as well. And looks like Gents have basically found a very, very beneficial area to them. They can't really get snuck on from behind there, and they are able to shoot back quite effectively. And it's barely just by the skin of their teeth that the Cat is able to escape from there.
My Cat proving to have 9 lives in this situation, once again escaping a difficult situation. Now, once again, the Thralls seem to be trying a flanking tactic. I mean, they must reason that it had success for them before, so they might try it again.
Yep, Crown Tyrant's got to be a little bit careful. His side has been flared up, but the Cat side is totally empty now. One of the little bit of a problems here, though, is that even though they can kind of come around the side here, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually come in all the way without taking a bevy of fire first. Looks like the Gents Pagoda has its short side towards where the Cat is pointed, and the Cat is coming right on in, but it is spotted immediately. Let's see if the Cat can get his Watcher shot off and do a decent amount of damage. Takes out Watcher and a Lumberjack, so that is a very good start for the Cat here. The Crown Tyrant has got to come right on in, though, and he is doing so. Cat has got to be real careful here, going past the Gents Pagoda there. I think he may have been trying for a little bit of ram and decided to pull off at the last moment. Crown Tyrant going after the Lesser Argonian Maid, doing a fairly good job. And the Pagoda is slamming into the side of the building right here, so they're not in any sort of arc to help out with.
Taking that nasty bump, taking more than half of his permahull out. Crown Tyrant continues to fire on him. My Cat just now outmaneuvering the Pagoda for those.
The Cat
those rockets.
actually bounces into the building,
Yeah.
throwing its arc off fully.
but
Nice
those
barrage
shots
coming in, though.
connected. Lost the Argonian Maid's
Argonian
been
Maid is
devastated
stuck.
here. And he's down.
I don't even know how you get into that position, quite honestly. That was...
This may be the end for the Gents here, as Crown Tyrant and the Cat just now are concentrating fire on the Pagoda. This engine's
the Lesser Argonian Maid gets probably the best spawn it possibly could to try to assist, but we'll see.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to be enough time, I feel.
I don't know, the Gents Pagoda is keeping his armor up fairly well in face of double...
Well, it is true that, I mean, the Glowwaters don't have, like, really high-powered armor penetration in terms of Gatlings, but they've got the armor
but
down
it looks like
now.
they are going to be able to...
They've got plenty of DPS.
In a little bit of health left onto Pagoda. Is it going to be too
the
late?
Pagoda's balloons down, is taking a bounce. The Gatling coming in to take down the armor.
And there we go.
It.
Wow, very, very well done by the Thralls there. It looked a little bit problematic at one point, but they do manage to pull it out with some really, really nice flanking maneuvers.
There's that area behind the mushroom. There's that area behind one of the oil derricks. You know, you're great for cover sniping. The thing about cover sniping, though, is that cover sniping usually only happens when the other team is invested in a sniper loadout as well, and the Thralls don't appear to have invested in a sniper loadout.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying it. Because if your setup is as the red team, as a sniping, the other team basically knows exactly where you're going to be. You're going to be back of your own spawn. But if you're a sniping team and you're on blue side, there is going to be a little bit of question of what exact position you're going to be taking up, and the play will very much be dictated of which one of these spots they take. Are they going to go way in the back, back left side, or are they going to be up near the front, kind of like edge of the like the rim of where the ground drops down. You know, there'd be
Right.
a lot of different places where they can go. So I'm very
I
interested to see
believe
where
the
they set up.
gents are going to take up residence somewhere in 1D. I've seen them take up residence there time and time and time again. But let's
All right.
see if
Well,
I'm
yeah,
right.
let's get a quick rundown of ships. I don't think anything's going to change, but let's go ahead and do so anyway. Taking away, Brick.
Right, on the Crowned Tyrant, we have Hades Mortar. Side, we have Rocket Flare. My catch is now Watchfish, Gatling, Rocket Side, Lusty Argonian Maid, Triple Artemi, left side and front side, with the Rocket Hades side. On the Gents Pagoda, we have, of course, the Flak Lumberjack Merc side, and the Carronade Watcher side. Now let's
Absolutely.
see
So
where.
really
There we
no
go.
changes.
What
Yep.
am I telling you? What did I tell you? Go straight to D1.
Yeah, there you go. So they are going to be way back down. This is probably one of the better areas. You don't get really any cloud cover coming back over here, so hopefully for the gents they'll be able to spot any incoming attacks. Although it looks like there are a couple of just as I say that, there's this one cloud set that looks like it flies directly into where they are. And I should note that this sort of thing actually happens on the other side of the map as well. And being a part of the Merrymen team in the Anvilin conflict, we did face the gents, and Zill was actually making use of the clouds that roll on by here to basically get a job on to the gents. So we'll see if the Thralls know about these clouds as well, and if they, if they do come on here, if they do wait out for when the next set of clouds are going to be rolling through.
Indeed, the gents not moving from their position, and I mean, why would they? I mean, it is predictable. It's predictable, but on the other hand, it doesn't matter. I mean, just look at their position right now. They have sniping lanes over that whole area. There's barely any cloud cover to speak of. The only cover a team would have charging in here would be going behind this big pipe. Also in the 1D area, I believe.
Yep. Now the two Thrall ships are pretty much coming the way I expected them to, around the side of this little rock here. They'll probably poke their noses out and see where the gents are sitting. And as I said, I hopefully this cloud that's actually rolling through right now is basically what the Thralls will have to make it use of in order to be able to get a drop onto the gents. But gents, of course, know this, and they are just going to flare the crap out of those clouds repeatedly.
Yes, they will. Oh, great flares there.
Now, the other thing I can think of that the Thralls could do is you can actually go all the way. Let's see, that's about D2-ish, D2, D3. You can go all the way around the side and kind of get into the back of the blue spawn, and they can come around completely on the side right over here where you were talking about that there's that big pipe. So the Thralls were to engage, to be expecting an attack, basically where the Thralls are coming from. Come all the way around the backside instead and see if they can get a little bit of an ambush attack on the gents in that way.
Once again, yeah, it looks like the Glowwaters are employing some flanking tactics. I mean, I feel that it will be harder to pull off on Canyon than it was on Paritan, but we will see. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes.
Yeah, and finally the two ships are spotted. They are not really flanking all that much. They did come from slightly different sides,
They
but
have
they
joined
are just
up
coming
here.
straight on in.
Ooh, good long-range Watcher fire. Unfortunately, hasn't managed to disable any of the guns on the Gents Pagoda. The MyCat just now, as balloons almost down as they're coming in. The gents focusing on the My Cat just now. They know that My Cat just now, if it gets the Swatches in, do devastating
And the watch has
things.
actually been
Oh
destroyed
dear.
as well.
Rogue shoot being
Cat.
deployed. The My Cat just now glides underneath the gents pagoda. Nice job by the My Cat just now. But
Gets
the
his
Crown
armor back
Tyrant
up.
is left on his own here against the lusty Argonian Maid. The pagoda prevaricating a bit. Oh, but he's turning his short range side. This could be devastating. Who's going to fire the Watcher first? Oh, it was almost simultaneous. Who got the worst of it?
It looks like Pagoda definitely got the worst of it, as it did get his Watcher
indeed.
knocked out.
But My Cat just now, as Watcher is still up.
Yep, absolutely.
And reloading
and
as we
Crown
speak.
Tyrant coming on in here as well, and now focusing on the Pagoda instead of Lusty Argonian Maid. Oh, more.
Simultaneous Watchers there. And the
Yeah.
pagoda again taking the worst of it. Its armor is down.
Armor is down, mortar shots come raining on in. Cat doing a little bit of a bump there. I'm not entirely sure if that was absolutely necessary. Maybe they were trying to bump him into the pipe, but with the goldfish, you aren't going to be able to knock too much off of a galleon. Galleon is still here, up and alive. Let's see if it looks like the cat was holding its Watcher fire, but ooh, that actually gives a huge Watcher barrage to the Tyrant. Now the Tyrant is hurting real bad. Watcher fire returning onto the Argonian Maid, knocking out some of the guns to let the Crown Tyrant repair on up at least a little bit, but that's gonna give the Pagoda even more time to fire off its own Watchers at the cat. Did it knock out the cat's Watcher? Yes, it did actually.
Yeah,
all the guns.
all the guns are down on the cat. All the guns on the Crown Tyrant are down. This has been a protracted engagement.
Oh, and the cat is actually
getting the better of it.
Banged onto that pipe that you were talking about. Steel girder goes down, and Crown Tyrant is not going to be far behind, as it basically can't really do anything at this point, but try to maybe get a little bit more fire going on. Armor down, and there goes the final shot. So that is a 2-0 lead for the gents there. That wasn't terribly done by the Thralls, though. I mean, it was very close to taking down at least a
getting
Pagoda there.
close. Yeah, almost got the Pagoda down, very close, but the Pagoda just rose up just out of the arcs of those mortars and managed to save itself. Well, very impressive.
So we'll see if they approach the same way this time. As I said, I would love for them to come around way around the backside of the blue spawn here, try to catch the gents off guard a little bit more.
Feast on Thrones apologizing for the disconnects. I'm not sure if he disconnected. I don't believe disconnected during that battle. I mean, that galleon seemed to be
I think he
moving
disconnected
quite a bit.
After the battle, possibly, but...
Right, well, you really don't disconnect in the middle of a battle, I'll tell you that.
If you disconnect in the middle of the battle, it's already the end of the battle.
You made high altitude, gents go to low altitude once again.
The thing to consider here is that the Thralls are up 1-0. So it's quite possible that they are just going to try to approach kind of the same way, see what they can really do. And from there, if they lose, they lose. They still get another game to go on, and they don't have to worry too much about this long-range sniping thing of how to really go about it, try to draw the game out at all. So it is going to be a little bit interesting to see if they do just throw themselves at the gents once more, or if they're going to try to do something a little bit more tricksy.
Yes, indeed. Oh, here we go. What they're using, they're going behind those clouds, looking to go towards the mushroom rock, try and find a better angle to engage, trying to zone out the gents behind that wall, Derek. Crown Cats, yep, Crown Cat safely in cover. My cat now only taking a bit of fire. Oh, starting to get more serious. His hull is on fire. Trying to zone them out behind that wall, Derek. Still not taking too substantial. Oh, every Watcher rocket missed. Oh dear, that was unfortunate. The Crown Tyrant is coming in, firing on the lusty Argonian Maid. a lot of components on fire here. My cat just now needs to hit this next Watch Barrage for sure.
Oh, another Watch Barrage. Just mostly misses there, and the Crown Tyrant has a lot of his.
Took one gun at least.
Yeah, the Crown Tyrant unfortunately has a lot of his guns being taken out by that Artemis. And the Hwacha of the cat is getting taken out as well. So this is once again not going quite Thrall's way. Cat taking a lot of damage here. Does get some Hwacha onto the pagoda, but nothing too serious. Mostly just scratch and pain again. Although the Crown Tyrant is coming in with a full. Oh my god, they get the armor down all the way. Are they going to be able to take the pagoda out here? Cat gets slammed into the ground up by the pagoda. The pagoda gets his armor back up, so no devastating damage, just a little bit. Crown Tyrant coming on in. This is going to be quite interesting if they can take down the pagoda here. Armor down once more as it slams into the ground. Crown Tyrant once again taking so much damage, however, from those Artemis.
Unable to finish the Gents Pagoda there. I mean, the Hwacha's just coming in a little bit too late. The Crown Tyrant taking devastating damage.
Ooh, heavy carronade shots going on to the cat.
But the armor's
Crown
down
Tyrant
on the
going
Pagoda.
down.
If they can just hook in those, but if they can just hook in the Hwacha shot, they cannot. Now, my cat just now taking lots of damage and heading towards the ground.
And that will probably kill them off once they slap into the ground. They got the armor back up, but who knows if this is really going to be, well, enough for...
managing to get some good Hwachas on the Gents Pagoda, but
Hades,
it doesn't matter.
continual Hades fire in the ground just are going to, well, completely screw that up there, so... it's a 4-0 lead for the Gents there, so not exactly the way the Thralls have been going. But as I said before, they don't, this is a game that they, can't afford to lose. They are up 1-0, so even if they lose this one, it's not game over for them yet.
Those last two engagements, they did manage to whittle down the Gents Pagoda's permahull. If in the next engagement they can take down the Pagoda, maybe take the Lusty Argonian Maid as well, that is when they can really start rolling, because the Blues will start getting unpredictable spawns just left, right, and center, and they'll be able to start closing them down 2-on-1 with speed as they'll be nice and packed up.
I've seen entirely way too many comebacks from 4-0 to even remotely call this game over. I mean, yes, it's going to be hard for the Thralls. Yes, the gentlemen definitely have a huge advantage, but it is far from being over. I mean, you see the Pagoda is already very, very hurt. If they can take that down, the Illustrious Argonian Maid doesn't stand much of a chance. We saw that on Paritan pretty much every time, so it's not going to be an easy ride for the Gents. They cannot afford to relax and think that they've got this one in the bag.
Indeed, I'm not seeing any flares here from the Gents, which is quite odd. It's not as if, the Glowwaters don't know where they are.
Yeah, I mean, both times the Glowwaters have come kind of just straight up forward. Oh, it looks like there's some flares in the middle here now.
Where are you? I can't see any flares.
I thought there were.
Really?
It looks like this passing cloud. Maybe
flares. Where are your flares, dudes?
Unfortunately, that cloud cover is completely gone now, and my cat is just absolutely 100% exposed. Now, the real question is, are they just trying to bait the Gents to go
the Crown Tyrant's coming
here?
in, though, firing down on the Gents Pagoda. Crown Tyrant has managed to sneak up here, getting good shots, setting a lot of components on fire. My cat just now coming in.
And here comes the Watch Barrage.
Taking solid contact.
Oh my, they took out the...
Armor's
they
down.
took out all sorts of guns.
Shots to do the trick, and they get down the Gents Pagoda.
And this is exactly what the Thralls needed here. If they can take out the Argonian Maid here, oh my god, this team can absolutely turn around here. Huge Watch Barrage taking the Maid down. Now they absolutely have to murder the Maid.
Crown Tyrant's armor's down, though.
30 seconds or so.
They can't get too over-enthusiastic. I don't think the last Argonian Maid's going to be able to escape from a Goldfish and a Pyramidion. Its armor's down now.
The
Crown
Pagoda
Tyrant's coming back up.
Crown Tyrant, they have to kill the Maid.
I don't think the Pagoda will be able to get back in time. I mean, it's
but they are turning
it's
at
gonna
long
have to. They're gonna have to fire through clouds here, really long range. Lusty Argonian Maid's in big trouble.
Absolutely, and here comes another Watcher Barrage, and there
Lusty
goes the
Argonian Maid goes down.
Now,
Right.
much of how the rest of this goes is going to depend on where the maid spawns. The Pagoda's already shooting off long-range guns at the cat, connecting with quite a few of them.
Good
The cat
spawn.
Oh,
Very
that is a
good spawn
really
for the
good
gents.
spawn. That is an extremely. That is possibly the best they could have hoped for. And the problem is that the Thralls have absolutely no idea where the Lusty Argonian Maid spawned, so they're not going to know for a little while still.
Well, they know now. There's the Artemis.
Now they definitely know now.
Fires down on the My Cat Just Now. My Cat Just Now's armor's down.
Armor complete down, but it is going to
My
be
Cat
able
Just
to
Now sneaking behind the
get
Mushroom Rock.
around.
And the Crown
there you
Tyrant
go.
is unspotted.
Crown Tyrant using this cloud cover that it's got currently on. So we'll see if they can separate these two ships once more here. Because the Maid and the Pagoda haven't... They're going in the opposite directions of each other.
I mean, yeah, they might not be thinking about their positioning because they're trying so hard to get angles. And now the Crown Tyrant's charging forward. Its balloon's
He's lost
down.
his balloon, however.
Got a bit of cover behind.
What is the Maid doing all the way over here? I mean, maybe they were trying to intercept the cat, but with the Pagoda going the opposite way, this is not going to go very well for the Lusty Argonian Maid at all. Cat, however, losing his armor, he's got to get that back up as soon as possible. Crown Tyrant repeatedly losing his balloon to those lumberjack shots, which are actually connecting. So even though this isn't the worst position, oh no, Crown Tyrant, oh, heavy flak shots coming on in, and the gents managed to pull it off. I mean, the Thralls were so close to coming back all the way on that, but gents just too much lumberjack, too much heavy flak, and take out this match. So we are tied up 1-1. And we'll see how we do in this next match on a map that's going to be a little bit smaller. It's Duel at Dawn, I believe, right?
Login issue.
I shake my fist in Valve's general direction.
Yes.
All right.
Why
getting
don't you
started,
make Half-Life
however.
free? Anyway, yes.
Stop fucking with her.
You
Stop screwing with our logins.
It was supposed to be a trilogy. You made episode 1
You were
and
the
2.
chosen one.
Where's free, you bastards?
I would lose my crap if Half-Life 3 was announced. All right, but that is not what we are here today to see. We are here between the Thralls and the gents. Let's give a quick rundown of ships. Take it away, Mr. Brick.
Okay, we have Gat Mortar on the Crown Tyrant's front, Rocket Flare side. On the Wizard, we have Watcher front, Hades front, Flak side, and Artemis side. On the Lusty Argonian Maid, we have Rockets, Watchers one side, and Triple Artemi. And on the Gents Pagoda, we have the Lumberjack, Heavy Flak, Mercury one side, and Carronade Watcher on the other.
Yep. Like that.
And I could have told you that without even looking at this.
Pretty much. The kitchen sink of heavy weapons, one of every type.
Yep.
All right, so we are getting some firing off already. It should be noted that it's not a Watcher Fish anymore. It's a Watcher Spire, and the Crown Tyrant is getting absolutely bomb blasted here.
Crown Tyrant's getting blasted, but its armor's not gone down. It's got enough cover to survive. The important thing is the Thralls have managed to get close without taking damage that's been too heavy.
Ooh, armor is all the way down on the Crown Tyrant.
And they did get one Artemis shot in there, did a little bit of hurt hull.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of that armor got taken down and it smacked into the ground, of course. So, Maria was.
Oh, look at this! The Gents Pagoda coming in from behind. You don't often see a flanking move from a sniper team, but the Gents
and we'll
are
see if
doing
it works out. I mean, they are kind of right behind the Wizard at this point, and they are getting some shots off on the balloon already, so the Wizard's got to be extremely careful here, even though the Spire has been buffed recently in terms of health, and in terms of where the position of their components are, they are still one of the more chewy, gooey paper type of ships in the game, and we can see it right
Ooh.
here as they are getting crippled by the Chance Pagoda. And the Crown Tyrant is not having too good of a time with the Lesser Argonian Maid either.
The wizard trying to get around the corner, but of course, as you can see, did not succeed.
Yeah, so the Chance Pagoda doing a great job there coming around the side and just absolutely destroying
Very,
the wizard.
very shrewd tactical move there.
Yeah, now the Crown Tyrant is getting hammered by the Lusty Argonian Maid here, and not quite sure how long they're going to be able to keep it up. And the wizard spawns over here.
Armor's down, Crown
the
Tyrant, and the Crown Tyrant is down.
Yeah. Now let's see, the wizard spawned back where, well, usually red team spawns, and now the Pagoda
wizard
and the
getting
wizard
a
are going
decent
at it.
spawn. If he can get a bit closer, he can watcher them. And he does!
Nice
Great
barrage.
job there
And
by
the
the
Pagoda
wizard.
is not turned in any direction that can return fire at all.
I have a feeling the captain might have jumped off the wheel. And indeed,
possibly.
I'm correct. Feast on Thrones getting back on the wheel there.
All sorts of stuff on fire on the Pagoda, wizard using that Hades. Now let's see, where did the... Oh, that was a terrible spawn for the Crown Tyrant all the way across the other side of the map. Thankfully, this map is fairly small, so they are going to be able to get back in here pretty
the
quickly.
Pagoda taking devastating damage.
Another nice watch barrage coming on in, and a Pagoda does go down. So nice little comeback here from the Thralls, even if it may have been assisted by Feast of Thrones lagging out for a second there, but still fantastic job by the wizard taking out most of the Pagoda there, and the Crown Tyrant getting just back in on the right time. Alright, so Lesser Argonian Maid had come forward, but I think we will most likely back it up just a little bit. Pagoda gets a spawn, pretty good for it. Argonian Maid didn't really get into any sort of trouble, and now the Pagoda it meets up with his teammate once more, and even those watcher shots coming in from the wizard, but the Pagoda is right in this fight once more, and they are just going right after that wizard immediately. Crown Tyrant, however, coming on in, shooting that Gat front with extreme prejudice, banging into the Maid, taking out his balloon. Is the Maid going to slam into the pipe here? No, they just barely managed to avoid it, but the Crown Tyrant has taken a lot of hull damage there, losing its balloon too, and it's got to watch out.
Sliding behind cover, but the Gents Pagoda is on his own now.
Yeah, the Crown Tyrant actually didn't take as much damage as I thought it would by banging into that pipe, and now it's basically the Wizard and the Pagoda once more at it here. The Wizard,
hitting its
thankfully,
mark on the lusty Argonian Maid. Gents Pagoda taking heavy barrages here. All the guns taken out, the engine's taken out, the armor's taken out.
and
Pagoda's
the
in
Crown
big trouble.
Tyrant.
Can he get around the corner in time?
Oh,
it's
the
not
Crown
going to be such an issue.
Tyrant going after the Argonian Maid still, but the Argonian Maid.
The armor's down on the Pagoda again. Oh, the flash of rockets were just a bit too wide though to finish him off.
Absolutely, and the Pagoda is hurting real bad. Crown Tyrant still trying to go after the Maid, but
The armor down again on the Pagoda, but unable to fire and follow up.
nice. Oh, so close, so close.
Oh, but
so much trouble.
Oh my goodness, the
gonna be able to get her down?
Look at the Pagoda! Oh, they're
Crown
firing back on the Wizard now! Returning
Oh, no, the
fire
Wizard
on the
goes
Wizard!
down.
On a sliver of health, the Gents Pagoda, but the Loon's down. The Pagoda's got to be careful not to die here. But
Oh
I
my
think
god, that was
managed to-
so insanely close.
Oh my goodness.
So
God, that was
insanely
close.
The Crown Tyrant is now sitting on top of the Lusty Argonian Maid, and
Balloon's down,
I'm not entirely
armor is
sure if the
down.
Maid's going to be able to survive this time. Ooh, armor does
However,
get back up.
Gents Pagoda's coming back up. Oh, the Crown Tyrant's got to finish off the Lusty Argonian Maid quickly,
Oh,
and he
Maid
does.
slams into the ground. Now, careful, Tyrant. You don't want to slam too hard by yourself.
Oh, those Watcher shots found their mark on the Crown Tyrant.
Yeah, it looks like Feast is still having a little bit of trouble. So the
Carronade.
captain of the... Oh, the
not
Maid
very
is
effective.
right back in his fight with that spawn. That is it, and behind the other two ships. I mean, this is about as ambushy as you can get. If Pagoda stays alive here for long enough, that
Oh,
Maid can
great
do some
focus fire on the Pagoda.
serious damage. But yeah, unfortunately, Pagoda does go down, so now the Maid is left by itself. It's basically got until these two ships manage to turn around here. Alright, Pagoda gets a spawn across the map. So it's pretty good for them actually. They're not in the thick of things immediately, and their Guardian Maid can really just pull back on out of here if they need to.
Oh, Wizard's taking heavy damage. Crown Tyrant's coming in. Now the lusty Argonian Maid, as we saw last week, is pretty good at 1v2s against a Spire. Actually managing to kill one of the Rhino's Spires from a 2-on-1 position. Let's see if they can replicate that feat this time.
Yeah, that Watcher Fire in front of the Wizard
Crown
there.
Tyrant's turning too far. Crown Tyrant's turned too far the wrong way. He's getting his gun arcs back now, but he wasted valuable DPS time there. The Wizard's now taking heavy damage from the Pagoda.
Taking so much damage, shots raining in from the Pagoda.
Oh, with the focus fire going down and the lusty Argonian Maid, the hull is down. Another round of Gatling will probably take out the hull, and it does. Are the mortars going to be well timed?
Nice
The mortars, the ram. Where are the mortars?
But the Wizard is still taking so much damage and getting slapped into the ground. It's got to be real careful here. Now the Crown Tyrant.
But the Crown Tyrant's getting some cover from that pipe while it continues to fire on the lusty Argonian Maid. Oh, the rockets weren't all on target. The lusty Argonian Maid staying alive as the Crown Tyrant sinks down, unable to continue firing because it's balloon. However, the Wizard is continuing to fire.
Oh, and the lusty Argonian Maid goes down once more, but the Wizard has to be so incredibly careful here as it's taking the brunt of the Pagoda's fire this time. And
the Wizard's about to go down!
Can they get that armor? To get the armor back up now, they need to get the balloon back up as well to avoid Dragon.
Spawn for the lusty Argonian Maid! But the Wizard goes down! It's a one-on-one here between the Pagoda and the Crown Tyrant! The Crown Tyrant's armor's down!
Any shot will kill him! And he gets his armor back up!
He manages to get it up!
The Wizard gets a very extremely bad spot as well.
Oh, but the armor's down on the Pagoda! This is so close! This game is being held to a knife edge!
The Crown Tyrant sinking down here as its balloon is all the way down. Lusty Argonian Maid is probably going to be the first of the other ships to get back in here. The Wizard trying desperately to get forth as well, but this is looking extremely bad for the Tyrant. The Pagoda is actually stuck up on this little
this is one of the closest games I think I've ever seen. As the Wizard comes back in. The Wizard focus fire going out on the Pagoda.
All the guns are...
Argonian Maid coming back in.
Argonian Maid coming on in. Oh, the Crown Tyrant is taking a beating.
The
Pagoda's taking fire. Which one of the ships?
And the Glow.
Oh, the Thralls pull it out.
The
Thralls pull it out. Holy crap, the Thralls pull it out.
Oh my
God, that was...
Imagine... You sometimes dream of casting best of threes that are that close. They come absolutely down to the wire. But the Thralls just barely defeated the Gents. Good job, Thralls. And they advance to the semi-finals.